EV public charging prices are in a price war. The prices come down. Gridserve is now offering a membership and they're giving 20% off the existing prices if you use the app. No membership fee, by the way. I'm Dave, welcome to Dave Takes It On. I've been predicting a price war for a long time. It has to happen and it's starting to happen, and the prices today are getting really, really interesting. As I said, Gridserve have now said if you use the app you get 20% off for the next 3 months. In my opinion, that 3 months is going to be indefinite because they're not going to be in business if it's not, in my opinion. But for the next 3 months, you can go to any Gridserve charger and get 20% off. So with 20% off, round figures, you're looking at about 64 pence now. It's a strange situation. We're going through an interim period, and it's one that I'm keeping a very close eye on. When Tesla opens up a new supercharger, they can charge whatever price they want. They don't upset anyone. If it's in the middle of an area where there's no other chargers around, they charge whatever price they want. And typical prices for Tesla superchargers for Tesla owners is about 40p off peak and about 50p peak. Peak time, by the way, for most people is between 4 in the afternoon and 8 in the evening. So that's your peak time. If you go there, you'll pay about 50 pence. Go any other time, you don't have to go 2 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning is fine. You'll get the 40p rate. And that's been going on for a long time. If you haven't got a Tesla, you can now become a member. It's $8.99 a month. You'll get those prices as well. You can obviously use the Tesla superchargers without becoming a member, but you get a much higher rate. And it's those rates that have been changing recently, and those rates that indicate the price war has started. Let me give you an example. When the new services opened at Frankley services on the southbound side on the M5. Now, this was an existing site. They had a couple of the old Gridserves there, and Gridserve put in 12 brand new 350 kilowatt chargers. At exactly the same time that Tesla put in 16 V4 chargers. They made those V4 chargers open to everyone. So anyone could just drive up there, swipe the card, and off they go. And if they had charged that out at 50p, nobody would use the Gridserve. So what they did was they brought in an interim price. And what they did when they started, they said, right, at Frankley services, at peak time, no membership, just drive up, we're going to charge them 74p. The Gridserve was 79p. Now, a lot of people, 5p, they wouldn't bother. They just, if they've been using Gridserve for a while, they'll just go for the Gridserve. But off peak, of course, for non-members, it was 59p. And that's 20 pence cheaper than 79p. So if you're putting in 50 kilowatt hours of battery power, 50 times 20p, it's £10. So it's £10 cheaper to go to the Tesla one, use your contactless, rather than go to the Gridserve one, use your contactless. And that's a big difference. And so at peak times, doesn't matter which you use, off peak time, most people, if they know about it, will go straight to the Tesla ones and use those. Now, if you become a member, that drops even further down. So for example, as a member, instead of 74p at peak times, you only pay 55p. So if you look at that, 55p against 79p at peak time, it's 24p difference, but off peak it's 44p. So we're looking at 35p difference on a 50 kilowatt charge. You're looking at about 15, 18 quid. So this really was, I think it was an interim price from Tesla to say to Gridserve, look, we are going to be selling at our normal price, 50p or 40p soon, but we're not going to just hammer you straight away because you've got brand new installation. So what we'll do is we'll keep our prices really high for now until such time as we're ready, and then we're going to drop our prices. So you've got a chance to get into action. And in actual fact, that's what's happened. Gridserve have got into action. They've now said if you use the app, it's a free app, don't need to be a member, you'll get 20% off the prices, about 64p. So as a non-member of Tesla, it is 74p peak, 59 off peak, and as a Gridserve customer, 79p dropped to 64p at all time. So the 64p is cheaper at Gridserve in peak times than the 74 that Tesla charge, but 5p dearer at off-peak time. So there's not a lot in it. However, as a Tesla owner, I go there and I charge at 44p, which is another 15p off, and 55p peak. And the interim period is a indeterminate one. Nobody knows how long it's going to last. But it's really, in my opinion, just a warning to whoever it is. It could be Apple Green at one, it could be Instavolt at another, or Fastned or whatever. They're all mixtures coming up. But that is the warning. New ones just open up just further up the road. AM62 is Birch Services. And that one again, there's a big Tesla installation. There's 18 V3s. These have been a year in the coming. They're not fitting E3s. These were installed years ago, just waiting for the electricity supply. And that's right alongside 12 Gridserve 350s. And Birch has just opened up. It's not open to all, but that's 55p and 42p off peak. So there's an awful lot happening at the moment, and there's going to be more and more situations developing where Tesla will open up an existing supercharger to all, or build a new one. And there's so many examples of these, too many to mention. Open to all. And where that happens, what Tesla seems to have a habit of is just bumping the price up of those open to all chargers when they first open, and then within a couple of 6 months, 12 months, they're just dropping the prices and it's coming back down for everyone. And this, of course, forces other people to do something. As a non-Tesla owner and a non-Tesla supercharger member, you can drive into Frankley services on the M5 and pay 59p. Gridserve, 79p. The only reason the Teslas aren't that busy is because most people don't think they can charge there. They're learning though. And we have some of the comments down below. We are enlightening people about these. Some of the Tesla drivers don't like me because I'm saying, yeah, go and use, if you're non-Tesla, go and use them. And there's all this moaning about, oh, they're going to clog up all our chargers. I've not seen any evidence of this. But they're building new installations all the time. So they're going in faster than they're selling new cars at the moment. So what's happening is the next, one of the next biggest in the country, Gridserve, is now being forced to do something about its pricing. And what they've done is they've said, right, 3 months, use the app, download the app, it's free, use the app and we'll charge you 64 pence. There's loads of other situations. There's one at Gloucester services, north and southbound on the M5, and that's a Tesla one in conjunction with Westmoreland charging, who already charge 64p. But again, the Tesla ones are a lot cheaper. And even just down the road at Charnock Richard, there's an older one there, which is V2s, and there's 18 of those. And they've just opened up 12 Apple Green chargers, and Apple Green is 77p, and the Tesla one's about 59-60p. So there's an awful lot going on, and this is going to gather pace now. We're starting to see movement, which I've predicted for a long time. It is slow to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. But towards the end of this year, you're going to see more and more companies just bringing in special offers just to try and keep the business going. Anyway, you heard it here first. I'm Dave. Thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click the subscribe. And thanks very much to our Patreon members. We've got some deals coming up for you shortly. We'll be in touch with you, so stand by for that one. So thanks very much for watching. I'm Dave.